What's up everybody, this is Danny, and today I've partnered with Qualcomm to share with you my 1 month experience with the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G. And what I want to do is talk about the differences between this phone and the regular Galaxy S10, and then I want to show you exactly how fast this 5G model is. I'm in Chicago today, so I want to spend the day with you to tell you about the tech in this phone that makes a real world difference. It's about 10 o'clock, the battery's on 100%. I'm here all day, so let's go ahead and explore the city. First, let's talk about some of the major reasons that you would buy the 5G version over the Galaxy S10 Plus. And the first thing that you're going to notice is the bigger screen. You get a 6.7-inch display on the 5G version, 6.4-inch display on the Galaxy S10 Plus. They both look fantastic, but this is a bigger phone. It's wider and it's taller, but that bigger footprint gives you a bigger battery, which is nice. 4,500 milliamp hours on the 5G version, 4,100 milliamp hours on the Galaxy S10 Plus. On the front and back, you do gain an extra camera on the 5G version, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And even though that the 5G version is a bigger phone, and maybe this is a little bit more pocketable, I actually like the ergonomics better on the 5G because the power button is so easily accessible versus the super high power button here on the S10 Plus. But the S10 and S10 Plus do have an advantage. They do have a micro SD card slot where the 5G doesn't. With my 1 month experience, I want to talk about more what it's like using this phone on a day-to-day basis, because we can get super technical and talk about tech specs all day, but it's really about the daily usage with this phone. So the first thing that I notice is just how fast that this phone is day to day. The processor powering this phone is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor paired with 8 gigs of RAM. There's a reason why this processor is basically powering almost all of the Android flagship phones out there, because it's really powerful. The interface is snappy with Samsung's One UI. So props to Samsung for simplifying the user experience. The apps open quick, the camera experience is fast, and I haven't experienced any slowdown so far in terms of speed, so this is a major win. The optimizations and speed improvements that the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 brings also shows in gaming, so I like to play some casual mobile games here and there when I have time on this big, beautiful, dynamic AMOLED display. It's so bright, colorful, and sharp, so it's basically one of the best screens on any phone right now, so the gaming experience is one of the best for me. And I'm on social media a lot, so having a great display with great battery life is the most important to me, and this phone definitely does that. 4,500 milliamp hours. It is about 12 o'clock right now, and it's got 90% battery, so the battery has been lasting me all day on this phone so far. A huge real-world change that you're going to see on this phone is the capability of 5G networking. It is super fast, and it's built in with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 with the X50 modem. So if you look right over here, that is a 5G node, and I have been seeing them all over the city of Chicago, and I've been testing them for the last couple of days, and I'm seeing some insane speeds, 500 megabits per second to over a gigabit, which is unreal. So what that means is that I downloaded Spider-Man in less than 10 seconds, an entire movie from Netflix, entire Spotify playlist in seconds. So just imagine how convenient that would be if you want to download an entire season of Stranger Things and you wanted to binge watch on a plane. You could do that. I think it's really going to change the way that people use their phones. But if you're gonna just buy this phone for the 5G right now, I probably wouldn't. But if you're gonna keep this phone for the next 2 to 3 years, I think this is a great future-proofing investment for you. So don't buy it for the 5G right now, but buy it for the future. The next gain you're going to get with the S10 5G are the cameras. So the S10 and the S10 Plus already have the 12 megapixel main sensor, the 2x telephoto, and the ultra wide camera, which is the best ultra wide on any camera system out there right now on a smartphone. But this one has 2 extra cameras, one on the front and back, specifically for depth, and it's called the time of flight camera. That extra sensor paired with the first computer vision ISP on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 allows this. This is portrait mode video, and you can just see me with that awesome background blur in the back. Now, it can get a little bit tripped up if you put multiple things in the background, but this is really impressive that a processor can do this on the fly and allow this kind of video. Let me know what you think about this. I think it looks pretty neat. So here are some pictures I took today in Chicago. I really love the ultra wide lens. It's super wide so I can catch more of the environment. I think it's the most useful additional lens you can have in your pocket. The portrait mode is also nice. No huge complaints about the image quality. It's a consistent camera no matter what I'm taking pictures of, whether it's food or my kids. 9 out of 10 times I get a great picture in daytime. It's one of the faster camera experiences out there. The 4K video is also very nice on this phone. The Qualcomm Spectra 380 ISP enables 4K video with HDR10 plus capture, so the dynamic range and colors and detail are fantastic, as you can see here, and this is exclusive to Samsung phones right now. Quick update on the battery. It's been about 7.5 hours and it's on 53%. Quicker drain than normal because I've been doing 5G testing all day. Of course, that drains a little bit more battery, but you have to think, it's 5:32 in the afternoon. I still have over 50% battery left, so I think that's legit. If I had any complaints about the S10 and the S10 Plus, it was definitely the nighttime photography. I feel like low light could have been a little bit better, and it was missing the night mode, especially on the Qualcomm Snapdragon versions. It was on the Exynos versions, but this has the dedicated night mode, which I'm really enjoying, and I love that you can shoot wide angle with the night mode. It does give you a little bit more noise, but I like the flexibility. So if I had to call it, I think that the 5G version actually has a little bit better photography experience. So I think if you are a photography buff, you're gonna definitely enjoy the 5G version a little bit better. I really don't think there's a better phone out there for the features that you get. It's IP68 water resistant, so fresh water is no problem for this phone. And also the fingerprint scanner is underneath the glass. This is a Qualcomm ultrasonic sensor, so even if your finger is wet or the phone screen is wet, it still works. And it doesn't have to increase the brightness for the fingerprint scanner to work at night, so it doesn't blind me at night when I'm unlocking my phone in bed. And it still has a headphone jack, so you can choose wired headphones or wireless, and has 25-watt fast charging brick in the box, so it charges faster than the Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus, and it also has wireless charging built in. It also has reverse wireless charging, so you can charge other phones, or better yet, use this to charge my wireless headphones, and while I don't use it every day, it does come in handy. So it's almost midnight, it's 11:40, and I have 16% battery life left. I know some people might think, nah, there's no way, that's not really that good battery life, but I actually shot 2 videos today, did about 1 million speed tests on this, and navigated myself through this entire city all day long since pretty much 10 o'clock this morning. So the battery life has been great, and basically we need to answer the question, should you buy this phone? And I think that if money is not a thing right now, then go ahead and go for it. I think it's about $1,300, so it is a pricey phone. Or should you really wait for the Galaxy Note 10? And I'm thinking that right now, this is the best phone that Samsung has that you can buy right now. And this could be the last Samsung phone that you could buy with a headphone jack, because the Note 10 looks like it's not gonna come with the headphone jack. But besides not having a micro SD card slot, I'm yelling at the city of Chicago for being loud right now, but besides not having an SD card slot, I feel like this phone has the best of what Qualcomm and Samsung have right now. I feel like it's one of the most cutting edge phones that you can get right now. So I don't think you'll be disappointed with it if you can afford it. So let me know what you think about the Galaxy S10 5G version. Let me know in the comments below if you want to pick one of these things up. Any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed my time in Chicago. So thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you loved it, and I will see you guys in the next one.